Welcome back to Pokemon Blue, and we're back to, Victory Road. I think I can take on the Elite Four. I'm pretty sure of that. Um, I could have probably put off the Pokemon Stadium thing until after I did Victory Road, but I didn't really think about it, because, I'm a little over-leveled now. But the thing about me being over-leveled is Persian, Critty, he's level 51. He's finally legal to have Slash. So, just think about that for a second. I sent him over to the toolbox to overlevel him to play in Pokemon Stadium, meaning I wasn't even around this level, and he's just now getting around to learning Slash because of that. Now you tell me, is that acceptable, or or am I just still a dirty cheater? Maybe both. Maybe it's an unacceptable thing, but I'm still a dirty cheater. But speaking of the levels, because I didn't actually bring this up in either of the stadium parts, so obviously I need to be level 50 to enter the level 50 tournament, but my levels are, like, weird. Two of them are level 52, the others are level 51. And you might be wondering why that is. Well, in order to do the Poke Cup, in order to participate in that, obviously you can select three things. They have to be level 50 to 55. But they can have no more of a total of 155 levels amongst them. So I couldn't just enter with a bunch of level 55 stuff. There's a weird level cap to it. But if you have 2 at level 52 and 4 at level 51, then you can use any combination of things and not be stuck at level 50. Of course, I could have made, Blue Durgan level 55, had him be a Dragonite, and frankly, I probably could have been able to take on the Master Ball Cup at that point in time. Maybe. But no, that's not how I do things. As a result, Blue Durgan's still a Dragonair, and he's not going to see much use in this episode. Oh, you'll see him before the end, but just not very used. Aw, and Critty's not even out front. I love it when Persians fight Persians. I don't know why. It's a little bit of a weird quirk. Well, I just like same type, or not even same type, like same Pokemon duels. I like, if this is a Marowak, I'd like it. If I was using a Ninetales, I'd like it. It's just a little weird quirk about me, I suppose. It's just fun when two of the same thing are fighting. Yeah, we have cool trainers here too, and you get the female cool trainers. They have whips as well. They're the last of the generic trainer type in the game. The ones that I haven't run into yet. From this on out, anything we haven't seen is Elite Four. But there's people in here in Victory Road. You need 8 badges to get in here. Does this mean that all these people have 8 badges? Like, are they training to take on the Elite Four? Because I guarantee you have to be higher level than 42 to be able to take on the Elite Four. Like, the Elite Four in Generation 1 is no joke. Like, they're probably the hardest Elite Four in the history of Pokemon. Again, I've only played through Black and White, so my experience stops there, but I can't imagine it getting harder after after Gen 5 and the Elite Four constantly getting easier after this gen. Like, Gen 2's is easier than this, Gen 3's is easier than Gen 2, Gen 4's is easy. Well, I don't actually remember Gen 4. I've only played through that once. It's a boring game. I'm sorry if you disagree. I can't play through that game. It's hard. Because it's hard to get into it. he says as he plays Generation 1. A lot of people consider this to be a boring game. You know, and fair enough. Like, if you like Gen 4, fair enough. It's all good. I have no gripes for what games anybody hates and what games anybody likes. Just as long as you don't have gripes with me. Okay, so, I'm going back to get that other prize up here because you had to choose which one you wanted with the strength boulder. It would have been neat if that would have just, like, never reset the boulder. Like, if it was a permanent, you only get one, but no, you can just reset the screen. And the boulder resets, so you get them both. The TM that I got is Sky Attack. It's supposedly the strongest flying move, except it takes 2 turns to use. You charge, then you use it. It's got really good accuracy as a result, but you're better off using Zapdos with Drill Peck, because you'll do more damage in those 2 turns using Drill Peck twice than you will using Sky Attack once. I think, anyway. I guess I could be wrong. I guess that's just something I'd have to test out. But I'm not going to because I don't care to. I prefer Drill Peck as a move anyway. I just don't like moves that require 2 turns to use. Like, Hyper Beam's okay because it uses the second turn and not the first turn. Like, you use Hyper Beam and then you have to recharge. You know, you have to rest. Like, Solar Beam and Sky Attack, and to a different degree, Fly and Dig and Skull Bash and moves like that I just don't like because I'd rather do something else. Like, I'd rather not waste 2 turns charging and then using a move. Like, Hyper Beam's alright because you can use the move. Like, it doesn't need to charge, it just takes 2 turns. But you use the move when you need to use the move. Like, you're not sitting here waiting for the move to go off. You know? Oh, encounters I could have cut. Seriously, why is your Machop still a Machop? Like, this cave should be, like, okay, you want to fill it with level 43 dudes, whatever. That's still a little low in my book. You could have made him a little higher level, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm over level at this point, but I think I was like level in the 46s, 47s, somewhere in there. So you could have given him a little bit more levels. But that aside, I definitely think that everything in here should be just fully evolved. On top of higher levels. You know, those Machokes should have been Machamps. That Machop should have been anything else. But we only see one Machamp in this entire game, because for some reason those trade Volusions were considered special. Like, not every player could have them, so not every opponent gets to have them. I don't know. Personally, I hate trade Volutions. Like, I get the point. I understand this game's about trading with your friends. That's what version exclusives are for, though. Like, why punish people without friends by not only denying them the version exclusives that they can't get now, but also the final evolutions of 4 things in particular. And in future gens it'd get a little ridiculous, like, because in future gens you have to have items attached to them, or you have to trade them under weird circumstances. I don't remember. I think Because evolution got weird in the future, especially as, like, technology got better, but I seem to remember you could only evolve something if you were holding the Game Boy upside down, but I don't remember if that's true or not. Like, that also sounds like one of those things that makes fun of how ridiculous evolution was getting, but the problem is the joke started becoming reality. Like, I'm honestly surprised that Game Boys didn't develop a weather detecting function so that you could only evolve certain Pokemon during rainy days. You know, it got stupid in the future. Ah, well. Maybe it's still a little fun to some people. I just find it annoying when you hide evolutions behind stupid gimmicks. Because that's like its own separate tier of guide dang it. But I swear I remember something about a Pokemon evolving when you had your Game Boy upside down. Like, I don't know. As if that's true. Oh, that's so silly. But yes, Pokemon evolution gets silly. It's just a thing. You know, some require trades. I hate those. Some require stones. Those are neat. Those are fine. And I don't hate needing items to evolve, like the stones at all, but even, like, in Gen 2, like, for example, Onix could become Steelix. But you got Steelix by making the Onix hold a metal coat. Like, this is an item, it's a metal coat. Like, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but... And then you traded it, and it turned into a Steelix. I wouldn't mind the gimmick being, make the Onix hold the metal coat and then level it up. That'd be fine. I don't know why it needs to be traded. Maybe because when you trade, like, it fuses with the item? I don't know. It doesn't work with every item, and... I don't know. It's weird. I'm not going to complain about evolution throughout the entirety of Victory Road. It's just there's not a lot to talk about. We're in a cave. Caves are boring. There's a TM. It has submission. That's not a bad fighting move. There's a lot of boulder pushing in this. If you thought the first room had the longest boulder push you've ever seen, welcome to this room. A room in which I mess up in, so we get to see a little bit more of it than maybe you'd want to. I mean, Victory Road is the final level before the Elite Four. It's the final area to really grind before then. I'm gonna tell you flat out, I'm gonna toolbox some more levels onto them before the Elite Four. Just to save, I didn't want to grind. You know, it's a nightmare to grind for the Elite Four, because it takes hours per Pokemon. Okay, maybe not hours, like, it'd probably take me 2 to 3 hours at most, for all 6 of them. But, you know, if you can avoid that, you might as well avoid that, right? Like, if I grind them, or if I toolbox rare candy them, like, it's either gonna take time out of my day, or I'm gonna lose out on stat gains in the end. Like, and I'd just rather lose out on the stat gains, to be honest. I have no shame for it, to be honest. If you think that removes from the experience, so again, I'm sorry, but... You know, I've got things to do during the day. I don't have time to sit here and just mindlessly grind. It's hard enough to get this playthrough out, I swear. Yeah, you're not seeing Boulder again this episode. I'm not risking it, even though I can't possibly level everything up another level before the end of this, this cave. I don't even know... risking what? That's a weird way of putting it. But essentially, no. You're not gonna see Boulder again anymore in battle. Not as Dragonair, anyway. You might see him as a Dragonite. Who knows? But level 55 is generally what I try to get to take on the Elite Four anyway. Because again, the Elite Four in this game is no joke. They're hard. Like... they can be hard anyway. Because once again, we're focusing on single type themes. You can exploit them. It's just, they're so powerful that even while exploiting them, they can still be a problem. And Gen 1 also has a TM for Explosion. I was just seeing if anything could learn it. That's the most powerful move in the game. I think even before taking... well, definitely before, but I think even after taking same type attack bonus into account, I don't think there's any single same type move that can outdamage one explosion. Besides a same typed explosion, you know? This is Victory Road. It's boring. It's in the way of where you want to go at this point. Like, you're just like, I just want to fight the Elite Four and get this game over with, but there's another cave. I have to do another cave. At least it gives us a chance to fight, powerful trainers. Again, I should have just gone through this cave, gotten to the Elite Four, then did that stupid little thing where I was worried about fighting the Elite Four so that I could have an excuse to play Pokemon Stadium. I should have done that order. But, I don't know, maybe not. My overleveledness certainly will make this go faster. In theory, maybe not. And if that's the case, does it really matter that I'm overleveled? I mean, you see this. You know they weren't going to stop me from getting through this, cave. Well, our levels were closer then, though. Maybe... It's hard to tell. Here's another Chansey. Here's another Chansey to, use Double Kick against. At least Thundercat didn't just use Thunderbolt against her. Yeah, so that rock I pushed up there, the longest push ever, it opened up this area. Sorry about that. It opened up this area. Too bad I have to go back to go up that ladder. Too bad I should have done that before I pushed the boulder at all. It's just, as before, I don't have this cave memorized, so I wasn't sure what went where and what I should do first, and, you know, all that good stuff. And of course, all of the trainers in this cave use totally different things from each other, so each fight is worth at least showing off. It's unfortunate that more, you know, routes and caves and dungeons weren't like this, because it might have made the battling going on there a little more interesting. But I'm trying to remember future generations. I don't remember if that's just a Pokemon problem altogether or not. All trainers here are headed to the Pokemon League. Yeah, so all these trainers must have badges then. How many times has Giovanni lost, or is the deepest lore about there being more than 8 gyms actually true? Well, and this is this Pokemon, the Indigo Pokemon League. At least half of these trainers could be from Johto. Well, at least half, like maybe less, maybe more. Some of these trainers could be from Johto, you know. The point is, they might not all be from Kanto, which is the region we're in, if you didn't know. Enough earthquaking. I want to blizzard some more, because blizzard's an awesome move. And based on this pattern, you can probably predict what's next. Yep. Another victory bell. I think this is the second one in the game that you can fight, but I don't remember. There's Erika's for sure. Sorry if you hear that buzzing, that was an emulator issue. If I didn't turn down the decibels so that you could at least hear me, that would have actually hurt your ears. Because that buzzing, well, maybe it hurt my ears when it happened when I was editing and watching this. So we come back up through here, and we're in this room here, and this is what I remember, that ladder down the hallway. And I know what's in there, and I realized my mistake. Because I have to push that boulder again no matter what. I just don't realize how bad the situation is. Sorry about the pause. I needed a drink. Sorry about that too. I didn't want to pause again. This guy's using a Charmeleon. We fought a Blastoise, and I think we fought a Charizard earlier. You know, I like that in this game, other trainers will use starter Pokemon. Because, well, that's just cool. Like, it shows that there's more than just, you know, those 3 examples of those. That they are a thing that's out there that you can go catch. It's just that you can't ever catch them in any of the games. They are trade exclusive. You know, you have to trade somebody else for their starter. You're never going to encounter them in the wild. But it's weird because they do have catch rates. Like, you can hack the game to run into them and try and catch them, and they're a pain in the ass to catch. There are, of course, other methods to getting all the starters. Most of them are generally glitches. But I don't typically like teams that use all the starters to begin with, because I don't know why, I just don't. Here's this bird sprite that we saw earlier. You can imagine, it's the 3rd legendary bird, that's what they're called. And it's the fire-flying one, Moltres. I'm a water type, here's your Hydro Pump. Which, I'm sad that I didn't use Hydro Pump at all. In the Pokemon Stadium bit, because you get to see Blastoise use his guns. That's always awesome to see Blastoise use his guns. But he only used Earthquake and Blizzard. He didn't even use Surf. Oh, good, it ended. Yeah, Moltres is annoying, but not good, because it can learn Fire Blast, which is alright. It can learn Fire Spin, which is annoying. And it's just not great at anything else, really. Like, it can learn Fly and Sky Attack, yay! Why is Flying type so bad in this generation? Like, all its moves are just awful, and The good move drill pack is only used by 3 things. I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could, like, mirror move drill pack or mimic it. Nope, you can't go that way. You've got to push the boulder. Wonderful.
Darn! We're not gonna make it! Let's speed up!
You know, I really do hate that boulder. Not this one. This one's alright. It's still a little bit long, but not as long. And it's easy. I'm trying to get my bearings. I think I recognize this place, and this guy can't fight me. Or he won't fight me, or whatever. So I've clearly been here, and I think it's the first room. And I've got to open the menu and use strength. It is. It's the entrance. The entire point of the dungeon is to get this boulder into the entrance so that you can open that little panel there that leads to that ladder up. The entire dungeon just to do that stupid thing. I take it back, I hate this boulder. If it was just down here from the start, I wouldn't have had to do this. This entire dungeon, that is. Except I still would have, because there's items and trainers. But whatever, we're almost out of here anyway. I just have to go back and check that rock because there might have been an item there. This one's conspicuous, so I'll check this as well. But we're out of Victory Road. Yay! We're approaching the Indigo Plateau. We're approaching the Pokémon League. Because I think we're on the plateau. We're approaching the Pokémon League, however. We're here. The final area of the game. Finally ready to take on the Elite Four. Kind of. I've actually got one more thing to take care of. A couple more things, actually. First, I need to really organize my inventory for what's coming up. But I also have 5 rare candies left over. Might as well use them. 2 of them anyway on Blue Durgan. He's just so close. You know, never use a pseudo-legendary in your party, in your playthrough. It's kind of annoying. Of course, this is a problem in black and white, but we'll get there when we get to there. He's a Dragonite now. That's cool, except he's no longer blue. Well, that's gonna bug me, so I flew all the way to Lavender Town just to go to the Name Raider. This is a guy in every game. You take your Pokemon to him, and as long as they're not traded, as long as you're the original trainer, he'll let you rename them. He thinks Blue Durgan's a really good nickname for a yellow dragon. And now that it's just, I should have kept him Blue Durgan actually, because that makes the stupid nickname even stupider. But no, I changed it to the more sensical Blue Durgan. Oh well. I'll see you next time when we take on the Elite Four. Have a good day. Bye.